Captured in this image is evidence of the New Zealand Wars. The image shows the Arawa flying column led by Captain Gilbert Mayer in the Te Kooti War. He was given the position of lieutenant and this troop that he called the 40 Thieves. Gilbert Mayer grew up surrounded by the Maori people and their language. He left behind the comfort of his home to fight for the Maori against Te Kooti. There are two sides to every story. Do you ever exclude one side to justify your own? The war started with the, better known as the Hau Hau, the is a Maori religious cult made in 1862. The leader of the religion, Homini, was against the selling of Maori land. In a vision he saw the European people as a threat to the Maori people. Te Ua Homini tried to unite the iwi, or the tribes, against the British soldiers who were trying to steal the Maori land. The British soldiers were invading their lands because of the New Zealand government. The British exaggerated the scared Maori people as being anti-government. These misunderstandings created the New Zealand Wars in the 1860s. By the time the Te Kooti War started, Maori began fighting other Maori because of the misunderstanding, which led some to ally for or against the government.
Among the exiles was a Rongowa Kāta man called Te Kooti Arikirangi Te Turuki.
The government had accused Te Kooti of spying for Paimariri, but there wasn't any actual evidence. He definitely wasn't a follower of Paimariri, he'd actually fought against them. He was sent off to live in exile without any trial, and while he was gone, the government confiscated his land.
While in exile, Te Kooti formed the Ringatu Church, which was a syncretic religion. He helped 298 prisoners escape Chatham Island in July 1868. He departed to King Country to increase his church's following. His army included some Maori people, the Pakahea troops, the rifleman group, and the Tuho tribe, who hid his forces. During his absence, his opponent, Major Reginald Biggs, claimed his home tribe and the lands of Poverty Bay for the British. In retaliation, Te Kooti attacked and killed about 60 Pakeha and pro-government Maori people in what is known as the Poverty Bay Massacre. After he led the Poverty Bay Massacre, he gained fearful allies and angered the government so much that he had a bounty. In the end, Te Kooti was banished from Turanganui, but allowed to live and grow his religious following among those exiled. While researching about Captain Mayer and his role in the war, I originally allied with Mayer's views, but upon further investigation, I learned that he betrayed his own people. I thought that Te Kooti was a coward when he fled from Mayer at Lake Rotorua in 1870, but in actuality, Te Kooti was preserving his culture against those that threatened the livelihood of his people. He was willing to die in order to keep his friends living. Although Te Kooti's war was short compared to the length of the New Zealand Wars, it presented us with a snippet of the oppression the Maori people faced by their government. They showed courage and bravery when they chose not to surrender and instead fight for themselves. This war shows how a misunderstanding can morph into a big dispute and cause mayhem for everyone involved. It is important to remember both sides of a story to make sure that one conflict does not create a war.
Te reo Māori's cool. This year there are a lot more phrases to help you learn te reo. My favourite is ka pai hoki koe. It means good on you. So go check out our website for more tips on how to speak te reo Māori. A kina te reo.